is Inside Out.
Inside Out is presented by HTC, here to connect. And Magnolia's at 26th for good old-fashioned Southern comfort food where Mama eats. Along with the McGuire Law Firm. Be kind today and tomorrow.
May I tell you about our May program? I know you're going to love it. We're going to visit the Surfside Farmers Market and the Boys and Girls Club of the Grand Strand. How about an amazing garden in Pawleys Island and a fabulous voice from a student at Green Sea Floyds High School? We have the National Shag Dance Championships, and we even have a kettle corn guy. But we begin with the Little Seahawk Kindergarten Choir. We were there on location to video the Waves of the Future performance. That is an event sponsored by the Jacora Rotary Club to raise money for Horry County Schools arts programs. This group certainly made everyone smile. It is under the direction of Kimberly Osborne, and the song is We Can Make a Difference. the most amazing Pawleys Island Community Garden, up next on Inside Out.
From the Grand Strand to the farmland, from Main Street to the marshes. HTC is here to connect you to what matters most in your life. We're here to bring people together, here to play, and here to empower our communities with the largest fiber optic network in the area. Go with HTC. We are here to connect you to your world.
This segment of Inside Out is brought to you by Magnolia's at 26th for good old-fashioned Southern comfort food, where Mama eats.
We're in Pawleys Island today with my friend Giany. We were here 3 years ago to visit him with an organization known as Carolina Human Reinvestment. It's all about kids. I think that's where we should start.
Yes.
What do you do here?
Carolina Human Reinvestment is originally a youth serving organization. So we invest our time helping and growing the youth in the community.
Doing all sorts of things, after school, weekends,
After school
whatever.
program, mentoring program. And now we added the community garden as one platform where we come together. We have art classes here. We talk about finances, budgeting, and just life skill development for the kids.
3 years ago, you asked me the question, do you know anyone who can help us build a garden? And I said, we interviewed Sybil Lee from Faith Presbyterian Church.
Absolutely, and since we met, we never lived each other. So
she loves you and you love her, and she
It
came
is-
down and look at what you all have done here.
it is having a passion for the same thing. So
This is year number 2 for your garden, and it is, do you think, grown more than you even expected it?
I really never intended to grow the garden this big and this fast, and it's amazing to see what the God put on our lap, and we just stay out of the way and let God do His things, and we are here.
And even though the focus of this garden is for kids from all over Horry and Georgetown counties to come here and learn and see where their food comes from, you told me the community has rallied around
It
you.
has been a pouring blessing to see how people came together to make this garden work. From a simple and small idea, we find ourselves in bringing people together and working together for a common goal. It has been a blessing to see the community coming together, and it's something powerful to what we can do together as a community when people get together.
So you're helping to feed them as well.
Absolutely, in a way I will never imagine. Being from Africa and knowing what hunger can do, I'm very blessed to see that the garden just in January 2022 put out in the community more than 500 pounds of food.
And that was with winter crops.
With winter crops. So that is something that blows my mind when I remember. And it's like, how did we get there? Only God can do it.
Well, yes, look at all around us. I mean, you've got beautiful tables, you've got beautiful garden beds out there, and my goodness, tell us about the hydroponic system.
The hydroponic system is a game changer. From YouTube video and donation of pipe from the community, we were able to develop something really magnificent. Just in 2022, so far we harvested more than 1,600 count of head of lettuce that is donated to the community for free. So it's powerful.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. What do we have here in front of us?
We have some cucumbers, some okra, some tomatoes, and some southern collards.
This is the way a southern collard begins.
It looks like they work really well when it's hot. So we are experimenting and see how that can come out.
I'm just curious, since you're from Africa, are the neighbors growing anything that you were like, what is this? Is there something new you've learned here?
Yes, I learned everything new technically here because it's not the same weather. So we don't grow the same way in Africa. But YouTube does it. And then we have the participation and the technical assistant from the Clemson extension. So they are only just a phone call away from us. Whenever we have questions, we give them a call.
What are some of the things that you need with spring upon us and then summer ahead? What do you need from the community in addition to what you already have?
Volunteers. Summer is coming up. We have plans to develop and add 50 more beds in about 2 weeks. So 50 more beds, we put our bed numbers to 122 new beds, not counting what is in the hydroponic system here and inside of the greenhouse. But that means we can double, looking at triple our production capacity. So we do need also volunteers to come out and work the farm with us. So
what are some of the things, Giany, that the kids have said? I mean, I'm sure for many of them, I remember the first time I saw a garden, I was like, this is how a string bean grows? This is how it gets to the grocery store?
Then the most powerful moment I have seen for the last 2 years is when you have a child to pull a carrot out of the garden. The look on their eyes, the excitement, the joy on their faces is priceless. I remember when we first harvest our sweet potatoes, they didn't realize the sweet potatoes were in the ground. So when we took the leaves off and dug the first sweet potato out, it was like a minefield. Everybody was just digging in to find some gold and bring it out. It was a competition on, I'm gonna get the biggest sweet potato. It was mind-blowing to see these kids' faces. And that was the most powerful moment I have seen so far at the garden with the kids.
Well, that's the name of the game.
It is all about that. Every Friday we have the kids here and they come in. We have art teachers that work with them on Fridays and look around.
It's beautiful. Old
They
window
create
frames turned
old-
into art.
It is powerful to see the kids running around here on Fridays after school. And that's the intention of the platform. We want to see the schools come here and use the platform as a field trip. We want youth serving organization come in here and use the platform as a field trip. We also want the adult community to come and learn how to create their own garden at home. So we offer now classes. This Saturday we have a class here that is going to be conducted. We just have 2 classes last week, so it's progress.
And then you said to one of your volunteers, Richard, we need some scarecrows.
Mesibo actually asked him to decorate some scarecrows.
Oh.
Well, those scarecrows are very known. They actually are known all over the place. All the way is is now known even out of states.
They're one of the most fun sets of scarecrows I've ever seen. There's even a bride and a groom, and you all had...
We had a wedding for them.
Crazy. They're crazy people here.
It was fun.
Oh, I think it's fabulous.
Yes.
Now, you are also a part of Palmetto Giving Day, which is coming up here very early in May.
Yes, May 3rd is Palmetto Giving Day. The goal for Palmetto Giving Day this year is to buy the land we are on so we can secure the garden in the community forever. And that will be also a home for Carolina Human Reinvestment. So we are really looking forward to it. And if anybody find within their heart, we encourage everybody to donate to this to our platform.
You've applied for grants, and you've been blessed beautifully by receiving quite a few grants, but there's still more money needed because having that land will be an important part of the future.
Yes, definitely. It will help us to secure the land in the community forever.
What's the most unusual thing you think you're growing here?
The mother with 1,000 baby. Matter of fact, we have a copy of it here. This is a baby.
This is a baby, so where's the mother? Oh, this is the mother. Oh,
This is the mother, but those are babies.
you're knocking off the babies.
And they're gonna grow in there. Once they fall there, that's a baby. That's why it's called the mother with 1,000 baby.
It's beautiful. So it's a succulent?
It is succulent, and you can share with your neighbor because you will never run out.
Oh.
That's a baby.
I know. I feel bad what we're doing to them. We're taking them away from their mother. But that is really unusual. I've never seen anything like that.
It is a very unusual plant. The story is, long time ago, the plant lost the ability to grow flowers. So for that, it carries the baby on the back of the leaves, and then that's how we have the mother with 1,000 babies.
That's fascinating.
Absolutely. The kids were here and they transplanted about 300 of these in about 20 minutes. Team working. And we get them to form their own teams and work together to transplant the babies.
Giany, when you left Africa and came here, did you ever have any idea that you'd be so blessed, not only by God, but by this community?
I knew I would be welcome wherever I go. And this community has been home for me for the last 13 years. And I'm very blessed and very grateful of the support we have, my family and I have from this community. The love is very apparent.
If anyone wants to volunteer, should they just give you a call?
Call us 843-461-4305 and anytime.
Or can they come out to visit the garden?
Come out, visit the garden anytime on your schedule, but mostly we are here Monday, Fridays, and Wednesdays from 8 o'clock until 12.
And tell us the address.
772 Pettigrew Drive, Pawleys Island, South Carolina.
Pawleys Island, South Carolina. Giany, thank you so very much. I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad to have interviewed you 3 years ago and heard about this dream and connect you with Sybil. And so I really, this is just about to bring me to tears.
It has been a blessing to come across you, and it has been a blessing to sit down again and share the progress we're making with you.
It's awesome, and congratulations to the entire community.
Thank you.
Giany, thank you. Continued success.
Thank you. See you soon.
Green thumbs.
Green thumbs. No, you cannot kill anything here. Bring your thumbs. That's all we need.
It's time to visit your local farmer's market. We're headed to Surfside right after this break. Mama loves magnolias, and you will too. It's where the Anderson family farm comes to the table. There's an all-you-can-eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, Saturday and Sunday brunch buffet, salad bar, homemade desserts, all served by our staff. Mama's right. You can't cook it this cheap. And that ice cream machine guaranteed to produce smiles. Banquet space available too. Magnolias for good old Southern comfort food and hospitality at its finest. 26th Avenue North and Ocean Boulevard in Myrtle Beach. The winners of this year's National Shag Dance Championships have a Grand Strand connection. Mack West is from Hamlet, Trinity Davis is from Wingate, but Mack is also a student and football player at Coastal Carolina University. They certainly came out on top, and here's why. Here's Mack and Trinity.
It's pony time! Get up! Hey now, everybody! In the Union Hall! It's pony time! When you hear this call! Get with it! Don't quit! Get up! Do the party with partner! In a
Trinity and Mack. The farmers markets are going strong thanks to Waccamaw Co-op. And if you want to know if there's a farmers market near you that's open, check Waccamaw Co-op's website. We headed to the Surfside Farmers Market here at the Surfside Library to find out what their opening day was like. Let's see who we can find. So what came first, the chicken or the egg? I'm still trying to get an answer to that. Brenda?
I don't know.
I figured anyone who owned an egg farm would know this.
I would say the chicken. I would say the chicken because the chicken has to lay the egg.
Tell us about your farm.
We started out as a small farm. We had about 10 chickens to begin with, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. We now have a little over 120, along with heritage breed, bourbon red turkeys.
And the name of your farm is?
Cricket Creek Farm.
And even though you're not in Horry or Georgetown counties, people can take advantage of your wonderful products here at the Surfside Farmers Market every Tuesday.
That's right, yes. We chose here because of the wonderful people in Surfside. We actually looked at moving here at one time, but because of our farm size, that's how we ended up in Mullins.
So what's your hottest selling egg?
Right now, this morning is our turkey eggs. We've got bourbon red heritage breed turkey eggs that we've been selling. We sell everything from peewees, which are little itty bitty ones, all the way up to jumbo size. They're all different colors. Our girls lay green, brown, blue, speckled, chocolate brown. They're beautiful. In fact, oh, right here, this is kind of a sample, and this right here is one of our turkey eggs. These are little peewee eggs, or little, they call them fairy eggs, and I just bring those so everybody can look at them and be amazed by them.
So how different do they taste?
Oh, have you ever bought a tomato at the store and then had a homegrown tomato?
Oh yeah.
Same with the chicken eggs. Night and day difference. They are so good, they're so rich. They're actually lower in cholesterol than the store-bought eggs. And I know I shouldn't say that on TV, but guess what, I did. Because the chickens get to be chickens. They're running around, they get to eat the bugs, they get to eat the greens. So we try to do everything as local and as fresh as we can with them.
And then of course you use your eggs in all of these products.
That's right, that's right. So
Fresh
these are
breads.
Yes, and these are all made with our grade B, so we can't sell these, but we can bake with them. And then, of course, like the feather dusters, those are for my turkeys.
These?
Yes, those are my turkey feathers.
Love it. That's amazing. So you sell so many things.
Yes, yeah.
What's your hottest selling bread?
We go back and forth. I think right now is the chocolate chip Amish friendship bread. That one's really good, but my sister Joan over here has some awesome, I think the 3-seed bread is her bestseller. It's a sourdough with 3 seeds in it.
Well, this is just a wonderful booth, and I wish you much success in the future. And you'll be here every Tuesday for the summer?
Yes, ma'am.
Brenda, again, the name of your business?
Cricket Creek Farm.
The finest eggs around, right?
That's correct.
Beautiful jewelry you'll find, of course, at all the farmers markets, but we're still at Surfside, and Deidre tells me she lives in Myrtle Beach, but she loves doing the farmers markets. So which ones do you do?
I do Surfside Beach and Market Common.
And how did you get into designing sea glass jewelry?
My husband and I have been boaters for 25 years, and we lived in Michigan. And I took a wire wrapping class about 10 years ago, and I looked for sea glass on the shores of Lake Michigan. Now I look for glass at any beach that I'm at, and I collect it and then wire wrap it, clean them, wire wrap them. I also hand wire wrap shark's teeth for people who come down to the beach. They find little treasures like sea glass or shells or shark's teeth, and they'll come to my booth and I'll wire wrap them for them as a service.
Do they always come in this variety of colors? I mean, this is amazing.
Well, a lot of saltwater glass you'll find green, white, and brown. But from the shores of Lake Michigan, there are over, I don't know how many boater registrations in Michigan where people throw wine bottles overboard, beer bottles. There's ships that have sunk. So I find glass that has wire in them from like a safety window from a boat. A lot of the boutique wineries, the wine glasses go in there, or the wine bottles go in the lake somehow. And also there's, like for instance, years ago, people had Noxzema jars.
I remember those purple jars.
And they were glass. And in Michigan, of course, nobody gets a tan. We all sunburn. And so they had their Noxzema jars at the beach. And so then they'd end up out in the lake, and a few years later, they'd wash ashore. Now they're made out of plastic. So it is getting harder and harder to find sea glass. But the best thing to do is watch your tide tables. Go out looking for glass or shells just as the tide is going out. Walk the water line and you'll find glass.
Best of all, just come find Deidre at the farmer's market.
We'd love to see you.
And now let's see who else we can find. You never know who you're going to meet at the farmer's market, and I'm so excited to meet these two new friends, Sarah and Marshall. Mother and son, huh?
Yep.
Is he a good help here?
He's a big helper.
I mean, I think I'm seeing women just come over because he's so cute.
He's pretty cute.
You know? And what are they buying, Marshall? What do they buy from you?
What do we sell?
Cookies, and we sell chicken, pig.
And we sell pork.
Or close enough.
Well, I heard that you guys have some of the best chicken around. Mom, tell us about your farm, homegrown farm out of Nichols.
Yes. So we have pasture-raised chicken, which is different than like a free range or even organic. Those have to be kept in like the large chicken houses that you see. Ours are in chicken tractors. They're on fresh pasture every day we move them. So they do get fed a grain. It is a locally grown and milled, all natural. There's no antibiotics, no hormones, no synthetics, no dyes. It's all natural. And our pigs are the same way. So they are actually, we have some in pasture, but we have some that we raise in our forest or woods behind our house. And they are fed the same thing. So they can forage and root up and get whatever they would like, but then we get supplement with the grain.
Do people come to the farm, or do they just find you at farmers markets?
We've just started this, so this is pretty new to us. This is, we started the end of last year, so this is our first full season with the farmers market. So right now we're just at the market. We also do home deliveries. They can place an order through us. We're found on Instagram and Facebook. So they can give us a call or text through there. Home deliveries are normally on Fridays, and then or pick up from here at the market.
So Marshall, what's the greatest thing about your chickens and your pigs and all the things that you've got on the farm? What do you think? What's the best selling point?
Our chickens taste really good and they're not that watered down.
I also heard, Marshall and Sarah, that you guys make great cookies. I saw vendors walking around with a cookie they were bragging about, and that's what led me to you, this cookie, because they said there's real flowers in this cookie.
Yeah. Me and my mom picked them outside, and she knows that you can eat them.
Mm-hmm. Like, what's in this, Sarah?
Flour, butter, brown sugar,
and dandelion and viola petals.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Marshall actually made the cookies.
Do you bite the ears off first?
That's how he knows
like
what's
you
in
do
them.
when you're eating chocolate bunnies at Easter?
Uh-huh.
Shortbread. Mmm, delicious. So what is it I'm tasting different? Is that a spice, or is that truly the flowers?
That's the flowers.
This has got to be good for you. Tell me more about your baking.
So my main thing that I make that I started with the market is the macarons. We started making the macarons, and that's how we got into the farmers market. So now we've added our farm into it that we've grown, and so here we are with meat and cookies.
So this is what a macaron is?
A macaron.
A macaron. You know, I've had macaroons, which is
No
coconut,
coconut.
but that's not what this is.
No, so this is like a French macaroon or macaron. So it's...
This is a fattening interview. Oh my gosh, that is delicious. What is in that cream?
It's buttercream. That's my buttercream that I use to make cakes.
Oh, I'm sorry I tasted it because I'm going to want more. You're right. These are wonderful. So are you going to be making the rounds to other farmers markets?
Yes, so we do Valor Park on Saturdays, and then we'll probably pop up in Conway and North Myrtle Beach this season.
But if you want to reach Sarah and Marshall, we've got the phone number for you, or you can find them at the farmers markets. Remember, it's Waccamaw Co-op's farmers market, so you can go to the Waccamaw Co-op sites and find out all the hours of our farmers markets, which are going on now. How exciting. Best wishes to you guys.
Thank you.
Delish. Wait till you hear this voice. Coming up next on Inside Out.
From Merle's Inlet to Marion. From the golf courses to the area's gorgeous beaches. HTC is here to connect you with the largest fiber optic network in the area. We're here to help our communities, here to help you benefit as a member of our local cooperative, and here to empower the moments that are important in your life. We're HTC, and we're here to connect you to your world.
Welcome to Green Sea Floyds High School. I want you to meet Lexis Rhodes. She is the only student in South Carolina to make the all-national chorus. What an honor. I heard that you actually received the news on this while you were in the hospital. What is that story?
That is right. I had just gotten into a car accident, and I was about halfway through my 2-week visit in the hospital. And it was a really, really rough week that week. And then all of a sudden, my mother had told me, call Alyssa. And that's when Miss Watts had told me the news.
Alyssa Watts is your music and theater teacher. I know her well. We've done theater together. She is phenomenal. And she was the one who told me about you and bragged that you were just phenomenal. And folks, you're going to get to hear her in just a moment, so don't go away. But the fact is, you've actually been singing since you were a child.
That is right. I fell in love with music when I was about 4 years old, because I had gone to dance classes. Then 4th grade, I was invited to the elementary school choir, then the handbell choir. Then eventually I got into middle school, and I had gone into orchestra and learned more of the basics through there. Then 7th grade got into theater for the first time. And 8th grade, I made all county choir and had to decide between orchestra and county. And I decided with county, and it's just evolved from there.
So you are so versatile. Theater, band, orchestra, vocals, amazing. But your mom is most amazed, because your mom tells me she does not know where you got this from.
She says it's from her mother, because there's a long line of people singing in the church choir.
But not your mom. Not your mom.
Nope.
So tell me what being here at Green Sea Floyds has meant to you, because a lot of kids don't have this kind of opportunity in their schools, and you're lucky that you have such an outstanding vocal program and such an outstanding theater program with Miss Watts.
I've been involved in choir, obviously. I've gone to Trojan Singers, which is kind of like a more like a audition-based group. I did our school's musical in 9th grade, and I was set to help to be in another musical in 10th grade before COVID hit. Last year we did a musical review where I did a solo singing Think of Me, and here we are.
And now you've got a play coming up this month, May.
Yep.
And what's the date and what's the name of the show?
On May 12th, 13th, and 14th, our school is going to be doing a show called Wanda's World.
And you're Wanda.
Yeah.
And tell me what kind of character Wanda is. What's the theme of this play?
The theme of this play is more on the effects of bullying, and because the star Wanda, she has a birthmark covering half of her face, and probably since about kindergarten maybe, she had been bullied for it. And she's going to this new school, and we're trying to see how she has dealt with everything and her story.
Well, that sounds like every parent watching should be bringing their kids to this show, because everyone needs to have a better understanding of how to handle bullying.
I agree.
So it's a musical, obviously.
Yes, it is.
And you're going to get to sing a lot of songs?
Yep.
What is your favorite genre of music?
My favorite genre of music is Broadway. I love the emotion within it. It can also, it's a very versatile genre as well. You have sad songs, you have more happy and upbeat, and some of them are just absolute amazing songs.
So why don't you introduce the piece we're getting ready to hear, because I understand that you actually used this piece for your audition.
The piece that I'm about to introduce is Per la Gloria. It is a more operatic Italian aria.
And this is what you won with.
Yes.
So folks, have a listen. So there's no doubt in anyone's mind after listening to that why Lexis made the all-national chorus. Bravo, my friend.
Thank you.
And so you'll be graduating next month?
Yes, I am.
And then what?
I'm planning on going to Charleston Southern University so I can study within the music therapy program.
Why music therapy?
I want to help people like it helped me in 9th grade. I plan on doing this through composition, listening, dancing, and playing. Because the whole point of music therapy is to try and help people accomplish their goals, whether it be improving their motor skills, improving their mood, expressing their feelings. It can be pretty much anything.
People have no idea how the arts benefit our life, and obviously have tremendously benefited yours.
I definitely do believe in the saying, music helps the soul. It definitely does.
Oh, congratulations, my friend. Lexis, we're all proud of you. I mean, not just Horry County. You're not just the only student from Horry County, but the only student from the state to make this all-national chorus. Congratulations. And congratulations, too, to Alyssa Watts, who's a wonderful music and theater teacher who told me about Lexis and obviously has made a tremendous difference in your life as well as all the students in the music program here at Green Sea Floyds. Thank you so much. Best wishes.
Thank you.
Break a leg.
Thank you.
It's our nonprofit feature, the Boys and Girls Club of the Grand Strand. That's what's next.
HTC is here to connect you to the things that matter most in your life. With the area's largest fiber optic network, HTC is here with the fastest speeds to help power your day. Do a little multitasking. Keep the peace. All to help your day run smoother than ever before. See how HTC is here to connect you to your world and take advantage of these great offers today.
This segment of HTC Inside Out is presented by the McGuire Law Firm. Be kind today and tomorrow.
Dr. Tracy Bailey is our guest here at the Boys and Girls Club of the Grand Strand. A beautiful new building right here off of Mr. Joe White Avenue. And how long have you been in this? It's spectacular.
The building construction was finished right around the end of 2019. And the building was open to the public right in the middle of COVID. So we just had to make a couple of adjustments and arrangements. But I think we welcomed young people into the building for the first time in the fall of 2020.
It's my first visit. And why don't you kind of just tell us what happens here and what's so great about it?
Well, the Boys and Girls Club of the Grand Strand is a phenomenal place for young people to be. We are so excited to welcome them at around 2:45 when school buses drop them off here at the building. They come in and they have a little snack, and then they get right into their power hour, which helps them boost their academics. They work on homework. They have tutors that come in and read with them. They work on their math skills, and all that's fantastic. The next hour that they're with us, they do some type of program, and it depends on what day of the week. They might be talking about leadership or character. And then the last hour that they're here with us, they engage in something called triple play, where they learn about the connection between nutrition and exercise and how all of that leads to healthy habits.
Terrific. So it isn't just about playing basketball after school like it used to be.
Absolutely not. There's so many options. Now, basketball is one of them, but there are lots of other things that we offer to the young people here as well.
And art. There's art everywhere that the kids can be proud of because they did it.
They absolutely did. I'm excited that in February we held our first Black History Month art contest. We had the board members come in and choose some of the winners, and then the top prize winners are now being displayed at the Burroughs and Chapin Art Museum.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
You've got a new room back there that you said you're exceptionally proud of, and it's certainly, I would guess, the snack room.
Absolutely. So this building was built with a wonderful kitchen, and the equipment for the kitchen was just recently provided for the building, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We have to thank Mark Lazarus, who's one of our board members, and a lot of other board members who really worked hard to complete that project that was a part of the original vision in this building. We have a new kitchen manager, and they are really going to be working on providing more meals for young people, and we'll be able to provide meals on the weekend for some of the families that are a part of our Boys and Girls Club universe.
So you mentioned employees. How many employees do you have, and how are y'all funded?
Well, we have about 15 employees. We're always looking for people who are energetic and really love to work with young people. Our counselors are probably the best people that you'll ever meet here on the Grand Strand. We're funded through a lot of our fundraisers that happen and some of our grants. And by the time this airs, we will just have finished a top golf tournament.
Oh, and that should raise some money.
Yeah, we hope so.
Golf is big for sure. Now, I know that summer is going to be a very busy time here. You've got camp.
Yes, we do. Summer camp is one of our favorite times here during the year. We'll run a camp that starts at about 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll run until about 5:30 in the afternoon. We'll take a field trip once a week. We'll invite different people to come in and talk about what it is that they do in the community. But also we'll have first tea, we'll have art lessons, we'll have violin lessons. We have a partnership with the Long Bay Symphony. We have someone coming in to do vocal lessons. So it will just be fun-filled and just overwhelmingly joyous here at the Boys and Girls Club.
When you look at your career, you have to say you were meant for this job. I mean, you're still handling Freedom Readers, which is the first time I ever had you on TV was with Freedom Readers, and that's still going strong.
Yes, it is.
And you're still doing both these jobs?
Absolutely, because I really believe in the children of our community, and I believe that when we intervene or say something that can change a child's trajectory, that's something that's really underestimated, but so very important. So that's the reason that I keep moving forward in this field.
And since you do love reading, there's something very special located outside.
Yes, yes. So there's a little free library that was donated by the Leadership Grand Strand class. And anyone in the community can just come and pick up a book or leave a book. And it's just really special to me because it's made from some of the wood that my own father used to create a toolbox. So I think about the fact that books are like a toolbox for young people to open their minds and help them achieve what they want to achieve. And his toolbox and his legacy is really helping that to continue into the future.
And there's even your book in there because I put it there. And I loved Riverside Blues. Maybelline will stick in my heart forever.
Oh, Diane, thank you so much for being so kind and for taking the time to read that book. It's just really a labor of love for me.
I got plenty of time. What are you talking about? But because it was yours, I wanted to read it. You were recently honored with an Anne DeBach Leadership Award, and you deserve that so much because you are a mentor to these kids. It isn't just a job for you. Kids can look up at you and say, this is who I want to be.
Yeah, thank you for those kind words, Diane. I was very humbled and moved to receive that very great honor of the Anne DeBach Leadership Award. And I just really hope that by receiving that honor, it shines a light on the fact that we can do a little thing in the area of literacy or where our kids are concerned, and it will really mean a lot.
Tell me about the technology lab.
Wow, well, I'm just overwhelmed when I think about the fact that when I joined the organization, we only had computers from 2012 maybe, and the kids were trying to Zoom in with their teachers and couldn't do it because there weren't even any cameras on those computers. At the time that I joined, John Rhodes who was the former mayor of Myrtle Beach. He was the chair of the board here at the Boys and Girls Club. And one of the things that he really was passionate about was making sure that the children had the technology that they needed to be successful. After his untimely passing, there was a fundraiser. A lot of people got together and just really wanted to honor his memory. And now we have the John Rhodes Technology Lab here in the building. We have flat screen TVs and desktops and laptops and mobile labs and just all kinds of wonderful things to help the kids do what they need to do.
Classy all the way, just like John Rhodes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Also, I know HTC, the company, of course, who sponsors our show, makes it all happen. They have helped you too, technology-wise.
They surely have. HTC is a phenomenal company. They help us with our internet connection. If we ever have any problems, we just give them a call, and they're right here to help us make sure everything's running smoothly.
We'd be remiss if we didn't mention that the name Burroughs and Chapin is on the building, and they deserve it. They gave the land.
Absolutely. So this is a very prime spot for this building. It's right in the heart of many communities, and the people who live there take advantage of being able to participate in the programs, and everybody who comes through the doors, they just really, especially the children, they talk about how much they appreciate being in a building this beautiful and in this nice location. So we're so very grateful to Burroughs and Chapin.
Finally, Tracy, how can more children get involved? If there are parents out there watching going, hey, I want to be a part of that summer camp. I want my kids there. Or there's some volunteers out there who say, you know, I could go over and spend a couple of hours a week with a young child.
So registration for the summer camp opened on May 1st. And so we just would like anybody who's interested to drop by the club, maybe take a little bit of a tour, pick up a registration form. We'd love to have you be a part of our summer camp fun. And anyone who has a little bit of extra time, we'd love to have you contact us here at the club. Tell us that you want to be a volunteer. We can do just a little bit of paperwork and get you plugged in 1 day a week for at least an hour.
How about that? You've heard the calling, now answer it. It's the Boys and Girls Club of the Grand Strand with my friend, Dr. Tracy Bailey.
Diane, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. My pleasure. Everyone loves kettle corn. See how it's made in our final segment.
When you're seriously injured, where should you turn? Turn to a law firm that has deep roots fighting for members of our community.
McGuire Law Firm is here. The same familiar faces you see on TV or around town are actually the same faces you'll see when you walk into our office.
We're here. We're here.
And we're here. And when the time comes, we'll fight for you every step of the way.
McGuire Law Firm, in your community, fighting for you.
So while I was at the Surfside Farmers Market, I met this man. He's the best smelling man at the entire Surfside Farmers Market. I mean, you just smell the aroma and you come right to him because it's your kettle corn. Now tell us how you got into doing kettle corn, Tim.
About 3 years ago, a good friend of mine, Dave, passed away. I found out about him passing, and I met with his family and bought the business.
And a lot of people knew Dave because he used to be all over town with his kettle corn doing just this.
He was the original kettle corn guy on the Grand Strand here in Murrells Inlet.
So you had no intentions of getting into kettle corn because you have your own food truck. Tell me about your business.
Started with a little hot dog cart in 2010. I started down at Home Depot on Murrells Inlet and a little cart, and then I got into Sherman-Williams. I do events and stuff on weekends, but my permanent spot was Sherman-Williams, and I'm still there Monday through Friday if I don't have something special going on.
And what do you do with T-Bows?
T-Bows, my staple is bread hot dogs, okay? Polish sausage, Italian sausage, brats, smoked sausage. But I got a griddle and I got a full-blown kitchen in here, and I can do just about anything. We do Philly cheesesteaks, gyros. I serve a local LJ's soft pretzel, knishes.
Really? I love knishes.
Most people don't even know how to pronounce them. But,
no, I grew up with them.
Yeah, and fries, burgers,
Yeah. So let's talk about this kettle corn, because you did almost burn my husband, the cameraman. He got flying kettle corn on his arm. But it is dangerous. You got to be careful. That's why you got that visor.
That's right, because you got to watch kids coming up. Everybody wants to look in the pot, and they don't realize
how dangerous it can be.
So you got to have your eyes everywhere when you're cooking.
Has this been pretty lucrative?
Yes, very. Very.
I mean, people are coming up. Everybody wants it, but it's delicious.
Yeah, Dave that I bought it from, he was originally a chef from Jersey. And he left there and came down here and got into this. And I couldn't understand why a chef would get into something like this, but Now I understand.
It's a good bit of business for you.
Everybody loves kettle crack.
Now, will this be the only farmer's market you'll do, or will you do some of the others with the Waccamaw Co-op?
I live in Merle's Inlet, so I'm going to try to catch the one they do once a month on Sundays there, because it's only a hop and skip from my house. And Conway, when I used to do it with the hot dogs, I did good up there, so I might hit a couple of them, and Market Common, you know. But I go where the money is, you know what I mean?
And there's money in kettle corn. How much do you sell a small bag for?
The regular small bag is $6.
And the big bag?
And the big bag is $10.
So is this any normal type of popcorn? Is it the same kind we would use at home?
No, you ain't gonna buy this in the store.
This is big.
Yeah, it's called mushroom, magic mushroom.
Magic mushroom?
Yeah.
Oh my, well, am I gonna be high? The magic mushrooms from the 60s and 70s. Mm.
It's kettle crack.
This is totally different. Okay, good.
Yeah, and you know, it's just sea salt and sugar, you know, on the regular, and then when you want to do caramel, you add the caramel.
So that was oil, salt.
Yeah, and your corn oil. Yeah. Salt, corn oil, and your magic mushroom.
So do you do other flavors?
I do. We did some over the weekend at the food truck festival. We did Cajun.
Oh, I was gonna ask you if you had Cajun.
Yep. I haven't done it today, but we did Cajun. I did Oreo.
Really? Oreo popcorn?
Oreo cookies crunched up, added in the mix. Twix, and we did what was the other one? Cinnamon Crunch.
How about, here's a good one for you, T-Bo. Your next one, chocolate peanut butter popcorn. One of the best combinations of food.
Well, it's not out.
You and I, we could go into business together. Look for us at a farmer's market near you. T-Bo and Di will be out there making chocolate peanut. Okay, either way, look for my friend T-Bo. He's the best when it comes to kettle corn. And goodness, we're glad you learned it from Dave.
Amen. Amen.
Thanks so much.
Miss him.
Join us next month when we'll feature some outstanding Pawleys Island artists. A&A Produce will be joining us, and we'll check out some of the best donuts you've ever laid your mouth on. Which business? Well, find out next month, right here on Inside Out.
Inside Out is presented by HTC, here to connect. And Magnolia's at 26th. For good old-fashioned Southern comfort food where Mama eats. Along with the McGuire Law Firm. Be kind today and tomorrow.